Hey, is there audio?
Try-
I can't hear it. Oh, there you
There we go. Yeah.
are. All right.
Okay. Sorry about that, dude. Yeah, really cool. Nice to meet you, Scott.
Hey, nice to meet you too.
Welcome to the Shoegaze 93 channel.
Oh, all right.
This is, yeah, I've had it for a while. Obviously, I'm writing the Shoegaze book,
Yeah.
and I've had Mickey Berenyi from Lush. I interviewed her on the Zoom meeting like last week.
Oh, cool.
Also had Dean Garcia from Curve,
Oh,
and
nice.
yeah, and Greg Kell from Drop 19s.
Oh, yeah, Greg.
So
Yeah,
yeah,
nice
got some
guy.
good Q&As. Yeah.
Really cool.
So really great to meet you, Scott, and
Oh, nice.
I hope you're happy to be in the book.
Oh, yeah, that'd be great.
Yeah, you definitely deserve to be there. With your work through the '90s, 2000s, with all those bands, Loveliescrushing, Astrobrite, and all of the other projects that you've done. Like I got it written down. I can't remember all of them. Sorry, dude. One of them's called Star and Polychroma.
Right.
And Transient Stellar as well, yeah?
Yeah, those are a couple of them.
Yeah. And also, I like to talk about the collaboration album, Resplendor, Playmar,
Oh,
with Robin Guthrie and Antonio Zelada.
it was mostly Robin. I think I might have played one bass line on it, but it was
Okay.
mostly Robin doing stuff on that. Yeah, we were just sitting in the studio watching him do it. But yeah, I didn't really do any of my stuff on it. It was like I said, I think I did a bass line and Robin made fun of it and then they erased it. So because it wasn't good enough.
Oh,
But
that
I
sucks,
think
dude.
Brian was just kidding. I mean, Robin was just kidding, but yeah,
Hmm.
it wasn't really a collaboration. But like I said, it was just great to be in the studio with those guys and watch Robin work.
Yeah, it's a shame you were like underutilized by the
I
sounds
mean,
of
there
it.
was their stuff. I didn't know any of their songs, and uh, but yeah, I mean, they already had everything that they were doing all like set. I didn't want to like hurt their album. I would need a little bit more time with it.
Okay. Yeah, interesting. But yeah, magnificent work of art anyway.
Oh, thanks.
That the song Twilight, it makes me cry when it gets to that crescendo part. When it,
Oh,
it hits that high note. There's that, it's like classical music, isn't it? Very classical. And, the way this guitars are really orchestral, like acting like violins, cellos, that kind of thing.
right. And the Resplendor song.
Yeah, yeah, and
Right,
Twilight is
right.
the final track of this album. Uh,
Oh, yeah, yeah, that one. Yeah, it's
and
really pretty.
there's this part at the end of that song where it's elevating, like the notes are like chromatically going up, and then
Yeah,
it's that really emotional high note, and that bit really makes me emotional. Yeah,
yeah, it's a really
it's
beautiful
absolutely
track.
beautiful. And Robin Guthrie's signature like chorus flanger sounds, of course,
Yeah,
everywhere.
yeah. It was great just being in Lima, Peru. That
Hmm.
was just hanging out with Robin Guthrie was the best part of that. I mean, the show was great. The show was really fun, but the sound check and just hanging out with Robin, I think, was my favorite part of that whole trip.
Yeah, it must have been incredible.
Yeah, it was crazy.
So yeah, bringing it back to Love Lies Crushing, I guess we should start with that. And I personally really think that you push the boundaries, and I like the way that in all of your projects you don't compromise. Everything's like it's beyond shoegaze. It's like shoegaze to the maximum extreme. It's I really like
Yeah,
that how you push the boundaries sonically.
thank you. Um, yeah,
You,
I'm not
you
really
know,
sure.
and doing like abstract things like featuring no drums on like Blow Eyelash Wish, that kind of thing.
Right, right. Yeah, I mean, I think that was partially my experience doing ambient music as a teen. And then once we got the 4 track going and running out of tracks, became just second nature to just lose the drums. Because at that point,
Mm.
why everything that needs to be in the song needs to justify itself for being there. And if it's just ancillary, then you need to get rid of it. So that was why, for the most part, a lot of drum parts just went out the window. If they're not doing anything for the song, they don't need to be in there. So that's what happened. That's how it started for that project for Loveliescrushing.
Yeah, that's a great point. I mean, it's like the song "Sometimes" by MBV. They Kevin just uses the acoustic guitar as the percussion
Yeah,
underneath the fuzz. There's
yeah,
that acoustic guitar that's strumming along.
yeah. It's really
Yeah.
yeah, exactly.
So yeah, I mean, fantastic. Baby's Breath. I would say that's example of the most commercial.
Yeah,
The
it's
the one
everybody's
that
favorite.
the pop sensibility one. That's what I'm trying to say. Uh,
Yeah, yeah. I'm not really sure what it is about that one that everybody likes the most because it's everybody always I always hear that from people like that's their favorite. I don't know if it's because it's the most popular one that people hear
it was in the
first
Still in the
one.
Dream compilation, which I've got over there
Yeah,
somewhere in my room.
it's on tons of compilations. There's like so many compilations that songs on it. So I'm
Yeah.
glad it's a good song. It could be worse.
Mm.
You know what I mean? It could be a band that has a terrible song, and then you have to play that song all the time. Like that song's wonderful to play live. So, like I said, it worked out for us. We lucked out. A nice song that you get to play all the time and that people want to hear.
Yeah, that's fortunate.
Yeah,
And like I like it has a classical element to it for sure. I mean,
yeah,
just
all of it
the
does.
way the melodies are, it's kind of strings and something that I don't know what composer like think of a classical composer, it'd be something that um like
Yeah, I can't think
like
who.
Liszt or Vivaldi would do,
Yeah,
the
something like
Holst,
that, or
maybe Holst or something as well.
he's really big. I
But
mean, grand sounding.
yeah,
Who would it be? Uh, well, I don't know. John Williams, maybe some film soundtracks.
mm,
He's very catchy. John Williams is very catchy
yeah,
and ostensibly simple in his approach.
that's amazing. If yeah, that's a good reference. I mean, I'm a massive John Williams fan.
Yeah, well, he's very Holst influenced, but also what's his name? Kruggold, Chris Gold, Corn Gold. Maybe is it Corn Gold? I don't know. He's a like a 40s composer,
Wow.
even
Yeah,
silent film.
interesting.
Yeah.
Yeah, like before Cage and Steve Reich, those kind of
Oh yeah,
guys.
yeah. This guy's really. Oh, but his stuff, if you hear it, you're like, oh, it sounds like John Williams music.
Mm.
It's really, yeah, really majestic sounding stuff.
Yeah,
Yeah.
talking about like John Cage and Steve Reich and like Andrew, uh, what's he called again? Andrew Cardew. Um, those
Oh,
19
Cardew,
Cardew,
right?
yeah, those
Or
1960s.
Cornelius Cardew.
Cornelius Cardew, yeah.
Yeah, Cornelius Cardew. Yeah,
Do you think those guys influenced you in any way?
yeah. Their whole approach to sound. I mean, I was influenced by like Fripp and Eno.
Yeah,
Um,
that No Pussyfooting album.
yeah,
That's
like they're an Adrian
incredible.
Blue, King Crimson, like just these guys. What's his name? Arto Lindsay or um, the No Waivers, Glenn Branca. Just their approach to the guitar as being just an instrument. a tool just, to delve into tonality. But if you approach the guitar thinking of it as a guitar, anyway, it's going to kind of box yourself in to what you will push yourself to do with it. But if you really don't know how to play guitar that well, which is how I started, I didn't know. I wasn't a guitar player. I just knew that I wanted to use it. It was the easiest thing I could play because I really didn't know how to do keyboards and stuff like that. But since I was stuck with the guitar, I was like, well, what can I do to push this to get me keyboard like sounds and varieties and different tonalities? So, bands like Sonic Youth and stuff like that, exploring tonality and pushing their instrument. So that's kind of how we arrived with our aesthetic.
Thank you. Yeah, and Steve Reich works with Sonic Youth, I
Oh, he
believe.
does?
He lived next door to Lee
Oh, wow.
Ronaldo, and
Oh, wow. I didn't know that.
because they've got their own version of pendulum music.
Really?
The teacher at my university was showing it to me.
Oh, wow.
It's on
That's
YouTube somewhere.
Oh, cool. I'll have to check that out. It's really
Yeah,
awesome.
the swinging microphone idea.
I could see them just swinging a guitar over an amp.
Yeah,
Is that what they're doing?
yeah. I think they reversed it, so it was actually guitar doing the
Oh,
movements rather
yeah.
than the mics. Yeah,
That's awesome. Yeah,
yeah,
a lot of avant-garde composers um philosophically influenced me in how to approach um music and sound. So I think that's what I got a lot of influence from. So when
yeah,
shoegaze finally came around, it just seemed second nature,
yeah. I guess you
or
were
it just
already
seemed I wasn't
prepared for it.
shocked by it. Like, I mean, it's just like
Yeah.
I feel like shoegaze is like psych on steroids, maybe. But it's like an outgrowth of psych. Plus, there's a little bit of avant-gardeness going on
Hmm.
with some of that. And I mean,
So
even I feel like Slowdive was paying homage to it with their Pygmalion album. I mean, the cover art is, well, Ligeti. It's like some avant-garde
yeah, it's
designer.
like sci-fi kind of shapes. I don't know who did it.
It's an old notation used by some avant-garde guy.
Oh, okay, bit of a Kaju kind of idea,
Yeah,
like
it's somebody, but it's an
graphic
actual,
score.
yeah, it's an actual score that somebody did back in, like, I don't know, the 50s or something like that.
Ah, wow.
So yeah, so they're paying homage to that. So
Oh, wow. That's really cool. Yeah, nice. Um, just a bit starstruck. Sorry.
oh
It's pretty beautiful.
oh, thanks. No, it's like,
Um,
yeah, it's like finally I feel like I'm not finally. Um, it's just weird that people recognize me now around town, just in certain places, like a little cafe here or there,
bit
or shows.
scary as well.
Well, yeah, but it's nice.
Because I
It's
saw
nice.
your
Well, it's
interview
crazy.
with Neil on Among the Clouds.
Oh yeah, yeah, that was great.
I watched that one a few years ago. Yeah,
Oh yeah, it was really fun. I got to do that with Melissa,
yeah.
so
Melissa
it's
was there
rare.
as
We
well.
rarely get to do interviews together, so it was pretty fun just to talk about old times.
Yeah,
So
the full Love Lies Crushing lineup.
yeah. So how's the book coming?
Yeah, the book is it's still not finished yet, but I'm still yet to finish the '90s chapter, and then I'm going on
Oh,
to the 2000s and 2010s. So it's
crazy.
taken me like more than what I thought it would just to get to the 21st century. Because I'm now speaking about the smaller band, like Bale to Space from New Zealand, and
Yeah.
like Swirl from Australia, and
Swirls from Australia. Maybe I'm thinking Whirl. Do you remember Whirl? Have you heard about
no,
them?
no, but it does
Yeah,
sound.
I think there's a band called Whirl.
I think there is.
Swirl, Whirl. I don't know, but
Well, there's Whir, isn't there?
oh yeah,
Maybe,
there's Whirl. That's I'm talking. This would have been 92, 93,
maybe.
because the first Loveliescrushing review in alternative press was a double review. So it was comparing Loveliescrushing to Whirl or Swirl. It's one of the two, and they were comparing us. So I was like, why would you do that?
Yeah.
Just review our album instead of having like review two bands at the same time in one article. So I was like, okay, that was I don't know why you did that, but that's what they're, and it wasn't that great of a review because they didn't know what to think about it. Just
Yeah.
no beats. I mean, hardly any beats on it. Just like white noise basically and drones. It didn't get a good review, but they're like, since Whirl or Swirl sounded more conventional, they got a more positive review.
Yeah.
So yeah,
Okay. I need to check those guys out because I don't know them.
yeah, it was like just a three piece, I think. Yeah, it's either
Nice.
Whirl or Swirl,
Okay.
but yeah, that was. And I used to love alternative press back then. They were deep in the shoegaze, like Lush and MBV on the cover one, and
Yeah.
a bunch of different shoegaze bands like Majesty Crush on another cover. Yeah, AP was really deep into that stuff back then. So
Yeah. Nice.
yeah.
So the book, yeah, I mean, I'm going to do the Sonic Geniuses kind of section, Sonic
Oh,
Innovators kind of section,
oh, cool,
and you're going to feature in there
nice. Have you
Kevin
talked to Kevin
Kevin
Shields?
Shields. No, no, I want him on here. That would be good. I don't know. It's going to be very hard because not even like famous journalists can speak to him. So I
Wow.
don't I
Yeah.
don't know how I don't know how this guy from like this no in the middle of nowhere in England, like how am I going to see that? How am I going to speak to this guy?
Right. Yeah. I don't know how you
Yeah.
do that. I mean, I met
Mm.
him once after a show, like backstage.
Wow.
Um, I don't even think I told him I did music. We're just talking about the new MBV album and how he did it. I was just asking him
Wow.
some questions about that. And did he ask, did say, I might have said that I was in a band, but I didn't even tell him my band name. I just made up a band name. Because I was like, how am I going to like waste his time with my band? So I didn't even bother. But I
Wow.
just asked him all about like, what he did. And I was like, they built a studio and it was all analog tape. It was impressive. It's really impressive. So yeah, I mean, you can't. He doesn't have time to talk to people. He's too
Yeah.
busy being a genius. So yeah, that's how it is. I mean, I can't imagine people talking to Prince either. But I
Mm.
feel like Kevin's in the same. Those guys are just on a different plane altogether. Yeah, I don't even know what
Wow.
planet they're on.
Yeah.
So
Wow. Starstruck
I mean,
moments.
it was more. I was more starstruck with Kevin. Robin seemed a little bit more. It was easier for me to get along with. Robin was funny. That's why. Robin's really funny.
Yeah.
So yeah,
Okay.
he's hilarious. Yeah, so I got along with Robin really well. Yeah, yeah. So it was
Awesome.
really nice to meet Robin because I was um, he was one of my guitar. He is one of my guitar heroes. So
Yeah. I mean, who would you say started shoegaze out of Robin Guthrie or Kevin Shields? Or do you think you need both of them? In my
Robert Smith
opinion, Robert Smith. Wow.
kind of his proto gaze with
Yeah.
Faith. Faith is
Yeah.
a proto gaze album.
It's a good shout. Yeah.
Yeah, it's like it's
Porn,
dream pop and proto shoegaze. And then
faith and pornography.
yeah, pornography.
I mean, that has some kind of reverse sounds, doesn't it, with the guitars?
Yeah. So it's experimenting a little bit, but then once you get to the Cocteau Twins open up the whole dream. I mean, you to get to shoegaze, you have to go through dream pop. You have to start there, and then
Yeah.
dream pop just explodes and pushes its way into yeah. It's like an atomic bomb versus like a thermonuclear bomb. To get a thermonuclear bomb, you need to
Yeah.
set it off with an atomic bomb. That's how it works.
Yeah.
You're igniting you're igniting it with an atomic bomb. That's the spark for it. So that's
Dream
what you
pop.
like, you take green pop and you just throw an atomic bomb on it and boom, you just get your case. That's what it
Yeah.
is. It just melts everything. If you do it right.
Dream pop and noise rock together.
Yeah.
I think you're waiting for Sonic Youth to come along as well, I think.
Yeah. Did
And
Chuck you did a shoegaze album, right? Isn't it Daydream Nation? I think
it's kind of, yeah,
yeah, I
it's
think my
got
girlfriend said
aspects
that.
of it.
Yeah, that there's something about it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, there's so many different bands now that I don't even know what the moniker means anymore.
Mm.
I mean, sometimes you get a gut feeling of something that I'm like, it's, I don't think it's shoegaze, but I don't really think you need to split hairs that much anymore about it,
Yeah,
because I just feel like things are evolving.
yeah,
It's, you know, not to its detriment, but I mean, things need to evolve and grow and expand. So I'm open to that. I like that. I welcome that.
cool. Yeah. Another question would be,
Yeah, yeah. What do you got?
so what's production techniques and gear do you use?
Well, got a lot of gear now. I think I have about like 10 four track machines. A couple of MIDI verbs, um, quad verb, the PDS 8000 was essential for the sound. At the time, it's just like an 8 second little baby sampler, but that thing just has a beautiful, kind of like a smooth pitch shifting.
Yeah, what company is that? Is that
Digitech.
Digitech?
Yeah,
Yeah,
but
I thought it
Digitech
was.
PDS 8, yeah, PDS 8000 was like the Echo Plus, or that was crucial to our sound. It was just that, the quadaverb, the MIDI verb, and the four track. And that was basically how we got our sound. And then just like different techniques on the four track, like speeding up the tape,
Yeah.
flipping the tape over. Um, yeah, playing with different pitches that you can get with the tape machine. Um, Using the tape machine to like the in and out, the effect sends, you can use that to generate what's it sounds like guitar feedback, but it's more controlled.
Hmm.
So that was like a lot of the feedback solos on the first album were just controlled feedback within the four track machine. So you just
Wow.
run through your effects loop, and then um, a place to bury strangers made a pedal that does that. It's like an input.
Oh yeah,
It's it's
Death
setting
by
the
Audio.
input into itself, and that's basically what you can do with the four track. You can
Yeah.
make it go into itself. That's what a lot of the guitar solos aren't guitar solos on that album. It's just like I let the machine just go crazy on itself.
Wow.
So
Yeah.
that's one of the techniques. I discovered it by accident. So I was just trying to do an effects loop in, and I plugged it into a track instead of so you plugged it into itself, and it just went nuts. And I was like, okay, I'm using that.
Yeah, I
So
think I've got that pedal you speak of, that Sonic Annihilator by
yeah, it's a Sonic
Death by
Annihilator.
Audio.
Yeah, it's basically does that. It does that effect.
Yeah, I
Just
remember using it in that way. Yeah,
yeah, I want to get one.
you
So
turn up the dial as well, and then it gets more like higher pitch and stuff like that.
yeah, yeah. So I do a lot of stuff with that.
Yeah, Ollie Ackerman. Yeah, that's the guy.
Yeah, that guy's a genius.
Mm.
Um, let's see what else. Ebos. Um, I had a Jam Man. I think that was the first one. Then I got the Oberheim Echoplex. I was using
Yeah,
that for a while, and now my favorite pedal for the low crushing stuff would be the Electro Harmonix 2880, and then they have like different versions of it. But that thing is basically like the best looping pedal.
yeah,
That it just feels like it's Love That's Crushing in a box, because it's got four sliders on it and panning. It's just really basic. But it's like a digital four track. So there's nothing like, weird about it, but it just feels like you're just making a loop. It's like you're playing with a different variations of a tape loop on the fly. So
Mm.
I use that live a lot. I do a lot of live stuff with that. Whenever I do a baby's breath or whatever, I'm using that thing. And yeah, all the songs, just like building loops on layers on top of each other. So that's that's the go-to pedal. That
Electro
thing.
Electro Harmonix 2880.
Yeah. And the new one is like the 4500. Yeah, the 4500. That one can save like 100 loops in it. The 2880 is just one loop, with just like different, four different infinite layers.
Mm.
But the 4500, yeah, that's the monster. So, because I played a show with that thing and my guitars weren't working, so I had to improvise a set on the fly, and I couldn't tell Melissa, my singer, that that's what was happening because I was like on one side of the stage,
Yeah.
she's on the other side of the stage, and she was waiting for me to start playing our guitar songs, and it didn't happen. So she just had to wing it and improvise with me, and I
Wow.
just had to do a whole like 30-minute set just playing different loops inside that little box. And I was like, I'm glad I have this thing because I could just go from different loop to different loop for 30 minutes, just building this wonderful drone set. But
Yeah.
it's like having to figure out how to fly when one of your engines is gone and you just end up flying upside down or something. So it's like, okay, this is how what we have to do. So yeah, that was like one of our shows last year, but it's not a good place to be, but if you can pull yourself out of it. So that device is crucial. So
Okay.
that's one of our studio techniques. That
Great.
guy.
Thank you very much for that
Oh yeah,
information, Scott.
that's the one.
That would definitely be in the book,
Yeah, the
the gear list.
that's a good gear. The MIDI Verb
Yeah.
2, I still like using that. That has a really beautiful reverb.
Yeah.
That's essential reverb. I mean, people say the SPX 90, but it's the Alesis MIDI Verb 2 with their reverse
Oh yeah,
reverb.
you commented. You saw my video on the SPX 90, didn't you? I put
I
it
didn't
on it.
watch it all the way through,
Okay.
but yeah,
I
I'll definitely watch it. But yeah, the SPX, I used it once for a recording. Like it did my first proper album that I released. Um, like in 89, 88, I gotten a hold of an SPX 90. But in 87, I was using my friend's MIDI Verb 2. So the MIDI Verb 2 was like, I didn't even know what the SPX 90 was. When the MIDI Verb 2 came out, I was like, that's the reverb unit that I want to get. And I would just like go to my friend's house and just mess around with it and, figure it out. I was like, yeah, I got to get one of these things. And then some other music friends told me about the SPX 90, and I tried that, and it was cool, but it just, I don't know, there was something very immediate and simplistic about the design of the MIDI Verb 2 that's just, you know, I preferred. Much easier. Just it was just basic, just real simple. Just like, blend
yeah.
and banks. That's it.
Sometimes you want it like that. Yeah.
Yeah,
Um.
sometimes you just need it. The simplest is the best.
Hmm.
It's the way to go. Yeah. What else you got?
Cool. Well, I only got 10 minutes left, and
Okay.
unless you want me to do fire up another session. I don't know if you want me to make another meeting
Oh, we can do
afterwards.
another one sometime.
Yeah, but
Like
not
another,
what today or not.
oh, another time.
Have to be another time. Yeah,
Yeah.
you don't have enough time today. No.
No. Gotta
Okay.
take off.
Okay. That's good. That's cool. We can do I could do part one and part two if you want.
Yeah. We'll do part one, part two.
Um. So another question was
Yeah.
with the Pink Shiny Ultra Blast album by Astrobrite.
Hmm.
Uh, did the Russian band get their name from that album? Because
Yes.
there's a band now, isn't there, called that?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, the Steelers.
Yeah. I mean, there's a lot of bands that have taken their name. Glixen took their name from a Loveliescrushing song.
Oh, they took it from the second album.
Yeah, they took it. No, they took it from
Oh no.
Fortron, the one after Glacial.
Yeah, I thought you meant Suitin or however you pronounce it. The one that begins with an X.
No, that's the second album.
Yeah.
Zubatine? Yeah. So not Zubatine, not Glacial, but the fourth album.
Okay.
On the fourth album, there's a song called Glixen, and they took it from that. God, who else is there? I mean, there's tons of people on Instagram with the names, but I
Yeah.
just noticed. Who else is there? I'm drawing a blank on it now, but yeah, there's a couple of bands that have either Astrobrite songs, titles, or Loveliescrushing. Mostly Astrobrite though.
Oh, you got Slow Crush. So perhaps they,
I don't know if they, yeah.
maybe that they took
Oh,
it from Astrobrite,
I don't
uh,
think they did.
Super Crush.
There is somebody called Super Crush.
Okay.
Yeah, yeah. There's somebody called Super Crush. Um, but yeah, I'm surprised by how many bands like Astrobrite. I didn't expect it. Like a lot of Russian bands, like Pink Shiny,
Yeah,
Blankenberg,
Blankenberger. Yeah, I really like
um,
them.
Aerofall. Is it Aerofall?
Yeah.
Yeah, Aerofall. Yeah, there's all these tribes of the East or something like that.
No, I don't
I
know
forget
them.
what that was. Um,
Pia Frost from Estonia.
yeah, I think they've heard of us.
They're more subtle, I would say. They're more in the
Lucid Express from,
dream
but
pop.
that's
Yeah.
China.
Okay. Wow.
But yeah, I guess, and yeah, I'm just surprised. I'm just really surprised how far the music got.
Yeah.
You
It's really good, man.
I'm just like, still shocked by it. And then it cracks me up when I hear covers. Like they're really good covers. Like
Yeah.
some kids from Mexico did a great cover of Lollipop by Astrobrite.
Incredible song.
It sounds it's really cool. It's sped up, it's really fast. And I was like, wow, this sounds
Yeah.
really good.
Yeah. You must be thinking, how can those guys make it any more crazy?
Yeah. And they made it really crazy. I was like, okay,
Yeah.
they win. They win that.
Wow.
Um, yeah,
Yeah.
just gotta have the four track. The four track lends itself to imparting all these beautiful tones. So if you want to do shoegaze, well, the stuff that I'm doing.
Yeah, because I heard that, but Brad Lehner from
Oh yeah,
Medicine, he used the four track to get
he
his
used four track
distorted
for his
tone.
distortion. Yeah, I think he was using even the same one I was using. I think he has a Tascam. Tascams have like really beautiful preamps when you go direct.
Yeah, I've got a Porter Studio myself.
What kind?
Um, the DP006. It's like 2007 USB.
Oh,
It's a
okay.
bit of a newer version because it's got USB direct.
Oh, wow. Okay.
But
Yeah, I mean, if you just crank that, you can
yeah,
get distortion. So that's what I think he was doing. He was just running his guitar into
mm,
that and getting this really, and it is a brutal distortion.
yeah, really harsh.
Really harsh. It's the harshest. Yeah, Brad can get the harshest tones ever. So
Yeah.
Brad was a once medicine came out and I finally heard them, I was like, okay, I'm stealing this because he just the idea of what he was doing is like his approach to just like going crazy
Mm.
with his tones are really nice. But of course, MBV,
Yeah, I mean, but
they're sonic assaults.
America certainly had some good acts because you had
Yeah,
Swirlies
medicine is probably one of the best, and the swirly. Yeah, the
Swirlies.
swirly next
Lily,
level.
I
The
like.
lilies are
Yeah,
crazy.
Lily's cut. He's the. I really like his stuff.
Yeah, Kurt's genius.
That first album they did, uh,
In the presence of
in
nothing.
the presence of nothing. Yeah, incredible.
Henry's dress. Don't forget Henry's dress.
It's too
Have you
many.
heard Henry's dress?
No.
Oh my! I don't think you can. I can't even find them anymore. I don't even know where they're at. But Henry's dress. If you find that stuff,
Mm.
brutal. But just really love little pop songs. But just no, yeah, noise pop to the max.
Wow.
Henry's dress. Yeah, it's really good stuff. Um,
I would say one more question.
yeah, yeah.
Probably only got time for one more because we've got like three
Okay.
minutes left, dude.
Okay, let's do it.
So, like, what's been your favorite project? Out of all of them, Loveliescrushing, Astrobrite, all of the other projects. What's been your favorite overall?
Um, well, a little less crushing because I can do whatever I want sonically, and just evolve, try to push things. But Astro right because we get to play out so much. and I like playing out
Yeah,
not live. So I would say Astrobrite's the most fun because of that. So yeah, it would definitely be Astrobrite.
great.
It's got to be
And
fun. If it's not fun, then
yeah, what's the
got to
point?
think of something else to do. Yeah, what's the point?
Uh, Kind of out of questions, really. I mean,
Oh, you got to make some more for part two then.
is there anything you would like to say to round things
Uh,
off?
no, I can't think of anything. I should have had stuff written down too. Andy Warhol, or no, and John Cage. Andy Warhol had somebody else speak for him, and he didn't answer any questions. He just looked at the guy, and the guy would answer for him. And John Cage had pre-written answers for an interview. That
Wow.
whatever the guy asked, he would just read whatever he had written.
Yeah.
So maybe I'll do that sometime. Be a way to do
Yeah.
it.
Pretty awkward.
But yeah, man, come up with some more questions, and then we'll do part two.
All right. Nice one. Thank you.
Yeah, yeah, definitely.
It's been a real pleasure and
Oh, yeah.
pleasure and privilege to have met you, dude.
Oh, thanks, man.
Yeah.
I look
Peace.
forward to seeing the book. All right, man.
Yeah. I would send you an email, like with updates on the book.
Okay.
I'd like to show you my progress so far.
Excellent. That sounds great.
Okay, Scott, have a great evening
All right.
and I'll catch you again.
Excellent. All right. I'll talk to you later.
Yeah. Thanks, dude. Bye.
Thank you.
Bye.
Goodbye.